what are the tips, like tax things? What are the challenges you see like with them that like what would be after that? So if they've got like pricing figured out and they've got some tips for cash flow. What would be the next step?
Yeah, once you're making money and you're profitable, the your biggest expense, if you hit any level of success in your business, is going to be taxes. So you
Hmm.
definitely want to have a plan for taxes. You don't just want to bury your head in the sand a lot. There's a big misconception out there that you know uh, taxes are just something that happens to you, but you can actually impact how much you pay in taxes. So getting a handle on your taxes. There's something called tax planning. You can actually proactively
And
make.
do you do that, Daniel? Do you help
Yeah,
your clients tax plan?
yes, absolutely. We have a formal tax planning where we sit down with folks a couple times a year to say, okay, how are you doing in your business? Okay, what's your projected tax liability? What
Hmm.
are different strategies we can employ to help reduce that tax liability as close to zero as legally possible? And so the basics here is basically, are you in the right, do you have the right tax status? So
That's
what,
huge. I know a little bit about this. I'm not a tax expert by any means, but I know
yeah,
a little bit about this, and I know tons of people have no freaking clue. This is huge.
yeah, yeah. Once you hit about 60,000 in bottom line profit in the business, you should look into getting taxed as an S-corp or electing an S-corp tax status
Mhm. Look.
because you pay a lot lower amount in self-employment taxes.
Mhm.
So, excuse me. So that's the one big thing that if you miss that, you could end up paying several $1,000s or even tens of $1,000s over what you could have paid by just submitting a simple form to the IRS saying, "Hey, I want to be taxed as an S corp."
I've actually had that mistake done for me from a CPA. So I've built and sold several companies, and I had a company that was created, and the year one was way past that $60,000, right? So I mean, year one we're looking at profit margins in the quarter million, and the CPA did not file the S corp, and it cost us about $30,000 in extra taxes from not
Yeah,
filing that one thing.
yeah,
Like huge, huge implications. And you're right. It's a form. It's one form.
yeah.
Yeah.
So literally one page. It's like it's more than one page, but like the main information is just on one page. It's like your
Yeah.
name and your the name of the business, the EIN, and sign it.
So,
But
but your general recommendation is once someone's making more than $60,000, like take home, like after all the gross profit plus all the overhead and everything else, so they're taking home 60K. Once they cross that threshold, that's when you would want advise them to do that.
I would say that's when you want to consider it. It doesn't make sense in every situation depending on
Oh,
which
okay.
what state you're in and everything. But that's when you at least consider getting seek professional advice or something
Okay. Gotcha.
to consider electing S corp status.
And
Yes.
so you and other tax professionals would like they would know the right questions to ask to make sure that like that's being done correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Um. All right, man. That's a ton of stuff. What trends do you see in painting as far as like finance and numbers go? I'm really curious about that. Like, I see trends in marketing, but I'd love to like get some insight on the trends as far as like numbers and taxes and all these things. Like, where do you see the paint industry going?
It's a good question. um, I think over the last 8 years or so, just there's been a just generally professionalization. I think folks are becoming more growth mindset and more professional uh, overall. I think and so, and then the acumen, like the business acumen, has increased. Um, so and not to say that everyone is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
gotten better over the last 8 years. I think just generally, and I think that's due to the information that out there. It's easier to get information on these things. And as far as the numbers, I said that the actual numbers haven't really changed that much. The averages and
Really? Like if
like
you like back up 10 years, the recommended gross profit margin, all that stuff about the same?
it's pretty close to the same. I mean, it
Okay.
changes 1 or 2 percentage points.
Oh, okay. But nothing
But
like
it,
huge, nothing that you rewrite their business book on or anything.
yeah, it's been pretty close to the same as far as the averages go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if Yeah. So, I mean, this is a bunch of really great advice. What would somebody, if someone's struggling with any of these areas, with taxes or numbers or whatever, what would you say that they should do next? I mean, I know they can contact you. Do you have like a website we could drop for them or anything to get in contact with you?
Yeah, if you just want to learn more, I have a podcast, The Profitable Painter. If you want to just get free advice on knowing your numbers, what they mean, saving and taxes,
Hmm.
it's called The Profitable Painter. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
think
great
I've
resource.
listened to like 2 episodes of that, and it's really good stuff, dude. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and then if you want to get one-on-one help, you definitely go to bookkeepingforpainters.com and
Okay,
schedule a consultation, and we'll definitely help you out there.
cool. That's awesome. Well, as we wrap up, do you have any like final parting advice? I mean, we cover some like really big ticket things, and I know like, we can't get super granular. We can't get specific to like any one person or any one problem. We don't have enough time today for that. But is there any like parting wisdom, anything that you could add that might just help the masses?
I think the biggest thing is knowing your margins. Is when you know your margins, you know your business.
Okay.
So knowing what your gross profit should be and how what you should be paid for material, what you should be paid for labor, what you should be paying an operation or a production manager, a salesperson. Once you know all that, all those things, it really helps bring clarity to what your numbers should look like, and then how to move forward and how to grow. So I think that just knowing that can really help you with planning and growing your business.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So I mean, basically, you're saying like if they don't know their numbers, then if they just did that one thing of like really diving in and understanding the numbers, the gross profit margins, the sales, the marketing, the project manager, all those areas, if they figured that stuff out, that's going to help separate them and raise them up, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. Well, man, Daniel, it was a real pleasure to have you, get to know you a little bit. I'm going to keep checking out your podcast. So I hope you maybe come back on here again at some point in the future. Maybe we talk about another area of finance. It'd be really great. And anyone that wants to get in touch with Daniel or anything, we'll put some links down below. And Daniel, you said you were going to share that like the kind of numbers that we talked about, some sort of document or something with that.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So we'll post that here in the link as well. Man, it was great to have you on, and everyone else, we'll see you next time. Hey, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. If you're looking for help growing your contracting business, I invite you to join my free community. In there, we go live with amazing trainings, share resources and downloads, plus you get free help from me and from peers. That link is down below to join, and we'll see you in the next video.